Today, I'm chatting to Jonathan and Anna Kleinhans from Leadwood Safari Company. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having us here.
Jonathan, you are South African, and I know you love the African bush. How did you meet and marry Anna, who's from Colorado?
Yeah, so Anna and I met at a wedding. Friends of mine for a long time were getting married. And Anna just happened to be at the wedding, and she was the only other single person there of age. And yeah, we just from there, like the rest is history. We just hit it off, and yeah, I think we've been together now for 6 years. 7 years.
Yeah, 7 almost, yeah.
Anna, and your story, how did you fall in love with the African bush?
Well, I've been here in South Africa for about 11 years now. And I mean, I think I never really expected to live in Africa. You know, that was never something on my plan exactly. But I came here for a job, just sort of as a new thing to experience. You know, it was sort of like an adventure. And what really kept me here initially was the people. I absolutely love the people in South Africa, and the spirit here is so amazing. And when I met Jono, you know, he loves the bush, and we went on overlanding trips, and he kind of introduced me to what the bush really is. And once I was in it, I couldn't go back.
Oh, lovely. I read on your website a quote that says, "If I've ever seen magic, it is in Africa."
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's definitely true, I think.
And you are a husband and wife team in your company, Leadwood Safari Company. Please tell me and my listeners, how did Leadwood Safari Camp come to be, and what is it?
Okay, so the Leadwood Safari Camp is a tented sort of glamping safari camp located in Dinokeng Game Reserve, which is just north of Pretoria, about 40 minutes drive. And what had happened is I was previously working at a company at one of the big banks, and I was doing relatively well there, and I just felt like towards the end of my tenure there, I wanted to be involved in my own business, and if possible, the business must be in the safari bush environment. And while I was sort of trying to figure out what that step was going to be, I was myself and Anna started going to Dinokeng Game Reserve, and we came to learn how it works and how you can own land and all these things. We had our wedding reception at one of the lodges there, and at that time we didn't think much of it, and then thereafter, you know, there was it started to naturally sort of gravitate towards that option. It just made sense for us because it was close to Pretoria. We were thinking about starting a family, and we found an opportunity there. And the opportunity that we found there wasn't only to create our own business, but it was to be part of something bigger. And the Dinokeng Game Reserve itself is a voluntary collection of landowners with the support of government that has created a beautiful game reserve. And it's still an ongoing project. So it's a rewilding project essentially, but it's full Big Five, and we're still going to grow. And for me, that was just like, you know, the cherry on the cake was to be part of that. So then the Leadwood Safari Camp was born. I think our vision and our product, the makings of that particular design were in the pipeline well before we started at Dinokeng. We saw what was happening in Europe and America, and we thought that would blend beautifully in the safari context, and that explains our whole setup, I suppose.
So just for those who don't know glamping yet, what is glamping?
Glamping stands for glamorous camping. It's for those people that always want to experience camping or want to do camping, but they don't want all the schlep that goes with it. So they want some of their creature comforts. They still want to be really close to nature and experience that same kind of feel, but they want someone else to do the work for them.
Yeah, they don't want to rough it necessarily. So okay. Yeah, glamping usually has it's like a proper bed, and that's certainly the case at our camp. But it's it wouldn't be like sleeping bags and ablution blocks. Glamping is more like your own bathroom, your nice comfortable tent, that kind of thing.
Yeah, if you are staying in a permanent fixed structure, to us that's not glamping. So our tents are pop-up, they're not fixed. You can put them up and put them down, but they're beautiful and they're big. And for us, that brings you as close as you can get to the real thing.
I hear you. So what can a visitor expect if they book a weekend at Leadwood Safari Camp?
It's a completely new experience for most people, I would say. It's something unique. It doesn't exist, to my mind, anywhere within the safari context currently, the way we've done it. And they get full privacy because you hire the whole place out. And the thing we get complimented the most on is our service. So you just get looked after, and you're right up close with nature. I mean, we've got all the animals coming, and we see them frequently along the fence. I mean, just this morning we had one of the big male lions right next to the fence. Wow. So you're going to get a bit of that sort of combination of luxury sort of camping. It's kind of rustic because we've limited power and all those kinds of things. That's sort of purposefully designed because we want it to be, authentic in your nature experience. So I think it's hard to sum it up in a short sentence, but you've got to come try it, I suppose, to understand.
Okay, so it's in a Big 5 reserve, Dinokeng. So I guess there has to be a fence. So you will also be safe, but you will be very close to nature.
Absolutely. We do have a regulation Big 5 electrified fence around the camp.
Okay.
Both our camps, we've got 2.
So I happen to know that visitors to your camp also can rest assured that everything is cleaned with allergy safe, completely biodegradable, earth-friendly soaps. How did you come to choose Mrs. Martin's?
Well, in the beginning, when we were first looking for our cleaning products, I think that's something that I looked for like right off the bat, is we wanted something earth friendly. We use septic systems, and because we want our camp to be as much a part of the environment and have as little a footprint as possible, that kind of cleaning product was really interesting for us. And I just did a Google search, and Mrs. Martin's, actually where you're located, is less than a kilometer away from where we live. So it was like a fortuitous thing, and your website was so nicely designed, and it had everything that we needed. And so we gave it a shot, and from then we've just been super pleased with everything.
One of our core philosophies as a company is the conservation of our natural environments and ecosystem. And we want every aspect of our business to talk to that, because it's important for us to deliver a message to our customers in particular, and it's that's one part of it as well. But the other part of it is, when you're out in the bush, it's important to have a product that can assist you in being self-sufficient. And that's where your products are so important for us. In fact, I think we're using them in every aspect of our operations at the moment, for our septic tank treatments, for our toilet paper, for general cleaning products, our toilet care, that kind of stuff, surface cleaners. So it just goes well, and we've just had such good results. That's how we continue to, and also I think your guys' service is so good, to be honest.
Thank you. If you think about it, that Dinokeng is actually not only conserving, it's like you said, rewilding. It is a really very important part of what you guys are doing there. And what I also like is that you think of the whole, like we always try to think of the whole life cycle of our product, not only ingredients, but also how it's made and how it's packaged, and how much waste goes to waste. Or not. You guys also think of your whole operation, and I think that's really the way to go.
Yeah.
Perhaps one more important point that I would like whoever's listening here to know is that what really was good for me is I like that you guys are technically astute on your product. So it makes it authentic. So it's very believable and credible that you understand that process in detail. You understand your supply chain and your value chain perfectly, which is very comforting for a consumer, you know. And it's if you were presented with other products, and there's a lot of them sort of flooding the market now, you know, and pretending to be something, and you just don't get the same. You stay so far removed from the origin, and that's important for me. You understand? So that's very nice to have.
So you mentioned before that the Leadwood Safari Camp is just the first chapter in your journey. Can you already disclose your plans for other chapters, or at least your dreams for them?
Yeah, the Leadwood Safari Camp in Dinokeng is still growing. There's still going to be, as we go with every step, we're gonna add new features. We're going to create additional capacity. So the camp itself will transform and will evolve over the next 2 years, and it's going to be really exciting, specifically what we've got for next year. But we really are going to encapsulate what it means to glamp, with all the bells and whistles and cool novel things, and it's going to be a really fun place to be. So that's the one part there, and then we intend to try and find opportunities in other locations across the country to do something similar. We really are attracted to the Karoo environment and the Kalahari environment and the low-felt environment and those kinds of things. And extreme high-felt environments is a passion of mine. So we are looking to expand in the future, yes.
Anna, just to finish off, what is your top tip for sustainable cleaning in a home?
I always have thought about it in terms of, you know, we have a 2-year-old daughter, and she's all over the place all the time. So I've always thought about it in the sense of, if she licks that, is it going to be fine? And I guess that's a little bit extreme, but for me, it makes it like, because number one, it has to be hygienic. If she licks it, it has to be clean, but it also can't be toxic. So that for me is sort of how that's my beacon for cleaning products.
Yes, that makes sense. Jono and Anna, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed chatting to you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Lisa.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.